Thank you very much, Freak. And I want to welcome Hai and Meteos from Cloud9 to the desk. You guys had a slow start coming into the playoffs because you had the bye week, and that first game did look a little bit shaky. What were your thoughts coming into this series?
Well, obviously, Curse is a strong opponent. Both games are kind of interesting just because I called for a few team fights that we misplayed, and we just didn't want to fight at that time. So the first game, it was the second Dragon fight, I believe, where I called balls to teleport in. So we didn't get necessarily a great teleport off, and we played that fight terribly. And we just kind of got out-team fought in a couple of team fights, and that just made the game sloppier for us.
Meteos, how do you feel about the series as a whole?
I thought the series was pretty good. We had slow starts in all of our games, but we were able to bring it back pretty well.
Yeah, and specifically in this game, too, you guys definitely had I mean, you got the Jax. I think that was one of the key things for you guys coming into this one because you put so much farm into balls. But other than that, what was your kind of overall take on how to take down Curse? Because you let them get the Mundo Lulu 2 games in a row.
Well, as far as pick and ban phase go, I don't want to go too far into it, but you just have to make trades for champions. Whatever champion trades you're fine for, you do. So in that game, they had like Mundo Lulu. We're fine trading Mundo Lulu for another champion. Now, if we had the option to pick it, we could have done that too, but we weren't given the option. So you always have to trade champions. That's just what happened.
And obviously with you guys having yesterday off, it has been a thing in the past for you guys where you come in, play a best of 3 that's important, and then, like at Worlds last year, you go out 2-1 to Fnatic. Was there any worry that that was going to happen this time, playing against Curse, having yesterday off?
Well, there's always worry that if you haven't played for a while, you're going to play badly, and there was no LCS last week. We didn't get to play yesterday, so we've been out of the competitive, I guess, like setting for a decent amount of time. So I think that played a part in our like shaky starts to the games, but at least we're warmed up now, so for the finals tomorrow, it should be a really good game.
Yeah, I actually want to get into a clip from the most recent game where you guys did go a little bit too far. It was about 18 minutes into the game, if we can get that up on the screen, where you guys may have overcommitted for something. Just talk to me about why this happened in this match.
All right, so I believe Balls was 1v1ing Yasuo, killed him, then started fighting Quas. So I was like, hey, can we come down and save Balls? But now here, we overcommitted. My team's running back, but I go in. So I made a mistake, and they're trying to save me right now. I was trying to save Balls, but that put me in a compromising position, and that baited the rest of my team into dying. I don't remember who all died, but we basically have to run away. Sneaky dies, I believe Lemon dies, and it's just very poor misjudgment by me, and I killed my teammates here. So that's like 99% my fault.
Yeah, and after this, they were able to kind of clean you guys up, take out the Baron as well, and it was then almost a tricky situation for you guys, a little bit of a close game. Meteos, what was your communication like after this happened within the team?
Well, after this happened, Jax was spawning soon, and he told us that he had TP up, so I was thinking, okay, they're kind of low. We might be able to get in there and stop the Baron. So Balls TP's in, but then Mundo TP'd in too, so it was a 2v5, and there was really no way we're going to win a 2v5. So I sort of walked up thinking about going for Baron steal, but I got Lulu Sheep, which kind of like encouraged me to do the right thing and not go in and kill myself. So I didn't really have the option to try to steal, so we just gave it up. We wasted our TP for it and some of our time, which was just a bad call on our part, but yeah, that's basically what it was. We tried to go for the 2v4, but then Mundo ported it in, so it was 2v5, and we just said, all right, we can't do that anymore.
Not necessarily the cleanest game, but you guys did still have the strategy coming in at the end. We have a second clip actually right near the end of the game when you guys did find the fight in front of your base. If we can pull this one up, Balls ended up getting a quadra kill. Talk to me about the setup for this one. Hi.
So I just bought my death cap off for pushing top, and I told my team we have to fight now. So we're all here. Jax just ported in. I initially had to fight a little bit, but this is where they dive. Dominate's by himself right now, so I'm calling to kill him. Balls is killing Cop and basically 1v3ing at the moment, and the rest of them are 2v4. So the fact that Balls are so big and just 1v3ing their team makes the rest of the team have to 2v4 us, and we basically clean up. No one's like hurting him, and we just kind of clean up and kill him because they can't do anything to him. They don't have exhaust, and they just died.
And Meteos, was there a particular reason that it took this long in order to find that fight? Because Balls was extremely fed for a large portion of this game.
He was really fed, but we wanted to keep Jax splitting, I guess, because no one could really fight against them. I think our biggest mistake was we kept trying to force things with the 4 of us who weren't Jax. And when all of your kills are on one person he wants to split, you kind of have to play around that. We should have just, like got wards up around him, protected him. But we kept trying to go for things with just 4 of us, and it wasn't really working out for us. We picked some bad fights without Jax, and that gave him a lot of momentum, I guess, and it just made the game really hard. But like I said, Jax was super fed, and when we did get that fight with all of us, it went pretty well.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you guys did get the 2-0 victory. So looking forward a little bit, you guys were around to watch the TSM versus CLG best of 3 today. What were your thoughts just on that series as a whole, actually?
Well, I enjoyed the series. I thought it was very fun. I actually thought CLG was going to 2-0 them. At the moment the second game happened, it was going really bad for TSM. They were down like 6,000 gold, and they would get outscaled. But I think CLG threw super hard, and they lost all their momentum and went on tilt after that game. I wasn't actually sure if Nien was on tilt, but it looked like he was kind of frustrated from game 2. And when you let your emotions cloud your judgment and your play, it just becomes bad. So the fact that CLG lost the second game, I kind of thought that TSM was going to win the third game. But I enjoyed the series. I thought CLG played really well, and so did TSM.
And there's been a lot of questions about TSM, whether or not they've been able to adapt to the 4.4 changes, or the 4.5 changes. But they adapted mid-series. Mitos, what are your thoughts on the way they adapted to the game and the series?
I actually missed game 1 because we were in the shuttle coming over to the studio. But in game 2, it looked like they were getting really behind, but then they just sort of decided they have to go for some plays. And so they did that. Like, especially got a really nice flash hook onto Link. And so I think they sort of got their confidence back from that point. And I think they did have a little bit of trouble adapting to 4.4, but sort of when everyone keeps telling you that you have a problem, like everyone's saying TSM can't adapt, it gets in their heads a little bit. So I think their confidence was shaken going into the series, but as soon as they were able to like get a clutch play like that and just get their confidence back, I think they looked really strong. Yeah, and actually, final question for you guys. As we move towards the finals, obviously the winner is going to go to the All-Stars in Paris. Just the overall strength of North America in these playoffs, where do you think it's at right now when compared to last season?
Well, we're obviously stronger than we are last season. Last season, it was just basically us. We were standing at the top by far. This season, we have CLG, TSM standing near us, and Curse and Dignitas even looked great. The other teams, I'm not quite sure, but they're still strong. But the fact that every team is just so much better than last split, hopefully that's enough for us to put us onto the international stage. But at the very least, I think we'll have a better showing this year around. All
right, well, thank you very much, Hai and Meteos. Best of luck to you in the finals tomorrow, but we've got to take a quick break. We've still got more spring playoff action coming up. When we return, we've got a best-of-3 battle for 5th place between Dignitas and Coast. Don't go anywhere.